Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Mysteries of History. I'm Kevin V. So you may have heard of the theory of a flat earth, but very few have heard of that of a hollow earth. Not only that, but that it's inhabited by beings that predate Homo sapiens almost 1,000 years. Let's get into it.
Agartha is a legendary city that is said to be located in Earth's core. It is related to the belief in a hollow Earth. Agartha is also said to be the location of the mythical city of Shambhala. The legends, teachings, and healing practices associated with Shambhala are older than any organized religion. There are allegedly several entrances to the kingdom of Agartha throughout the world. Some are planetary grid points, in-wells and out-wells of energy. Places like the Himalayan mountains of Tibet, where the entrance to the underground city of Shanshe is located, which allegedly is guarded by the Hindu monks. Kentucky Mammoth Cave in south central Kentucky, Great Pyramids of Giza, King Solomon's Mines, Morona Santiago in Ecuador, discovered by Juan Maurice. Mount Shasta, California, the city of Talos allegedly exists within and beneath this mountain, and our north and south poles, just to name a few. An early source for the belief in underground civilizations is the Smoky God, a book written in 1908 by Willis George Emerson, which claims to be the biography of a Norwegian sailor named Olaf Jansen. The book explains how Jansen's sloop sailed through an entrance to the Earth's interior at the North Pole. For 2 years, he lived with the inhabitants of an underground network of colonies who, Emerson writes, were a full 12 feet tall and whose world was lit by a smoky central sun. Their capital city was said to be the original Garden of Eden. While Emerson does not use the name Agartha, later works such as Agartha, Secrets of the Subterranean Cities have identified the civilization Jansen encountered with as Agartha and its citizens as Agarthane. Another source is in an article entitled The Hollow Earth, Myth or Reality for Atlantis Rising. Brad Steiger writes of the legend of the Old Ones, an ancient race that populated the surface world millions of years ago and then moved underground. The Old Ones, an immensely intelligent and scientifically advanced race, Steiger writes, have chosen to structure their own environment under the surface of the planet and manufacture all their necessities. The Old Ones are a hominid, extremely long-lived, and predate Homo sapiens by more than 1,000,000 years. The Old Ones generally remain aloof from the surface people, but from time to time they have been known to offer constructive criticism, and it has been said that they often kidnap human children to tutor and rear as their own. According to the Secrets of Shambhala, cataclysms and wars taking place on the surface drove these people underground. These were said to include a lengthy Atlantean-Lemurian war and the use of thermonuclear weaponry that eventually sank and destroyed these two highly advanced civilizations. The Sahara, Gobi, the Australian outback, and the deserts of the southwestern U.S. are said to be but a few examples of the devastation that resulted. The subcities were created as refuge for the people and as safe haven for sacred records, teachings, and technologies that were cherished by these ancient cultures. The inhabitants of Agartha are said to have scientific knowledge and expertise far beyond that of the people who live on the surface of the planet. Lost technology from the days of Atlantis. The descendants of ancient Lumera now live in peace in subterranean caverns. The leaders of these states, called Ascended Masters or the Shining Ones, all follow what is known as the Ancient Path and do not interfere in the lives of humans that live above the surface, nor is there any interaction between them. The Tibetans refer to the cities of Agartha as Shambhala and have believed for centuries in their existence as reservoirs of ancient knowledge and advanced technology. While once a popular concept, in the last century, little serious attention has been paid to these conjectures, and the theory is not supported by modern science. The best scientific argument against that of a hollow Earth, or in fact any hollow planet, is gravity. Massive objects tend to clump together gravitationally, creating non-hollow, spherical objects we call stars and planets. In addition, ordinary matter is not strong enough to support a hollow shape of planetary size against the force of gravity. The mass of the planet also indicates that the hollow Earth hypothesis is unfeasible. Should the Earth be largely hollow, its mass would be much lower, and thus its gravity on the outer surface would be much lower than it currently is. Although Earth's core is not visually observable, it is observable via vibrations, primarily from earthquakes, passing from one side of the planet to the other. Using this method, geologists have been able to establish the structures of mantle, outer core, and inner core known today. A hollow Earth would behave entirely different in terms of seismic observations. The deepest hole drilled to date is the SG3 borehole, which is 12.3 kilometers, that's 7.6 miles deep, part of the Soviet Kola Super Deep Borehole project. Thus, visual knowledge of the Earth's structure extends that far.
So I don't know, guys, you tell me, is the Earth hollow? Is it inhabited by beings with advanced technology far beyond anything we can comprehend? Put your comments in the section down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time on another episode of Mysteries of History.